2020, AI assists managers in making better decisions, developing more effective strategies and greater tactics. 2050, retired managers from the past managing teams via AI without their physical self having to be there. Oh, hi Pep, how you doing, man?
Hello, Jack Chat. The focus is completely on winning back-to-back titles this season.
I mean, a lot of people have been asking, would you manage at international level?
It would need to be a similar situation that I was in at Liverpool, working with players with a great relationship and a supportive board that allows you to build a team in the way you want to.
Could we see managers from the past who are retired and, if not past at this point, managing teams via a computer in the future? Who's to say no?
I'm fucking more determined than ever.
AI began to be introduced to football at the turn of the decade in 2020. And I feel like a lot of things changed, probably for the worse in 2020. But within 4 years, it has revolutionized the game of football by enhancing various aspects of the game. For example, the most obvious use of AI systems is in things like semi-automatic offsides, which we saw in the World Cup and the Euros, which were actually pretty good and should probably be introduced in the Prem, to help referees make more accurate decisions, as they should, because they need all the help they can get. But there are also data companies like Zone 7, which assist clubs in optimizing players' fitness and reducing injuries, something I think Chelsea and maybe Newcastle should probably have a look into. But in more recent times, AI has actually gone on to aid coaches in tactical analysis, allowing them to simulate match scenarios and improve game strategies. For example, Liverpool have actually used this in the last 4 years. And the way it works is, before a corner kick is taken, the play stops, both teams set themselves up in the box to either attack or defend the ball. And the way players set up in the box is often coached in training sessions. Tactical AI helps coaches by giving them new ideas based off tactical analysis of the past, which obviously humans could do, but this is done on a far greater scale. In Liverpool's example, it does this by analysing over 7,000 corners since they set this AI up back in 2020, and it then predicts which player is most likely to attack or defend the ball in certain positions, and so it gives advice on which player this might be, increasing or decreasing the chance of a goal being scored, basically. Ultimately, this data-driven approach allows for more informed-based decisions, which humans absolutely love. AI tools can suggest starting lineups based on playing certain teams like low blocks or high pressing teams, or just predict player fatigue, which can lead to injuries. Even recommending tactical changes in real time. That's how far we've got in 4 years. So you can only imagine how this is going to get better and better as time goes on, but how far can this go? Tech experts claim that harnessing AI is like using a team full of Peps, and would probably lead further down the line to twisted tactical innovations.
Until then, we must adapt. When the hydrogen droplets have ceased, we will go forth and live undetected on Earth,
which will shape the future of football. Leading figures in football believe we are very close to having virtual assistant coaches to instruct managers on what decisions to make. So Pep's assistants from the past, like Arteta, Enzo Maresca, Vincent Kompany, would just be a computer.
This is a primitive device.
But if we're already replacing traditional assistant coaches with computers, how long before we're actually replacing managers themselves? Well, today I think we're going to take a step forward into finding this information out. I've found an app, and as stupid as it may sound at first, you'll begin to see very quickly why I thought it was actually quite scary. I don't actually know whether this is allowed or whether they have permissions from these people, but you'll soon see. It's called Character AI, and it basically harnesses AI capabilities using celebrity voices and information from the person online to have a conversation with you, with that celebrity, in real time. It's really weird. So I'm going to speak to Pep Guardiola himself, Jurgen Klopp, and whoever else I can find on the app. I haven't really deep delved into it yet, to find out about the future of football and just the world, I guess, and hopefully have some fun whilst we're at it, because there is a lot of stupid shit you could do with this. I honestly don't know how it's going to go, but it might show us how close we are to an army of cyborg Pep Guardiolas managing the best football teams in the world in 2050, whilst he's sat in a retirement home with his feet up watching Spanish Countdown.
In the next round, who will be there? Do you care though? Who will be there?
So the first person I'm going to call here is Pep Guardiola himself. I have no idea how this is going to go. Hopefully he picks up and can tell us about what's going on at City at the moment. Oh, hi Pep. How you doing, man? This is Jack Chat.
Hello, Jack Chat. I'm doing fine. Just getting ready for our match against Wolves this weekend. How about you?
This weekend? I thought it was the international break.
Yes, it is. But we are having a friendly against Wolves to get some extra training in. The international break is always a bit of a distraction, but we're back into it now.
Oh, I honestly didn't know that was even a thing. I thought a lot of your players had to, you know, go and train with their international squads. I know you're not a big fan of international teams. I know you're always pulling players back. But yeah, that's really impressive, mate.
It's true that I prefer to have my players stay with the club during international breaks, but sometimes these friendly matches can be helpful for maintaining form and cohesion with the team.
Fair enough, my man. So, how is it going at Manchester City? I know everyone's got that question on their lips. Is it your final season at Man City? Everyone wants to know.
Yes, it seems that is the question on everyone's mind these days. Well, I can tell you that I still have a contract until the end of this season, and I am still fully committed to the club. I have a great squad of players and a fantastic group of staff here at Manchester City, and I'm not thinking about leaving just yet.
Fair enough. I mean, it's completely understandable. I guess if you get that 5th title in a row, you can make your decision then.
Exactly, my friend. The focus is completely on winning back-to-back titles this season and maintaining our dominance in the league. We will see what happens at the end of the season, but right now, we are all fully concentrated on our objectives here at Manchester City.
I wanted to ask, I'm a big fan of your work. Can you let me know what inspires you and how Johan Cruyff really inspired everything you do?
Of course, Jack. Johan Cruyff was a great inspiration for me. His philosophy and approach to football was truly revolutionary, and it has had a massive impact on the game. For me, Cruyff's emphasis on possession-based football, his use of total football and his innovative tactics have all played a major influence on my own approach to coaching. He was a true footballing genius, and his legacy will continue to inspire not just me, but generations of football coaches to come.
He sounded like such a top guy, and it's amazing how he inspired you. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you've inspired the next crop of new managers in the world, such as Enzo Maresca, Arteta, Vincent Kompany?
It's always nice to hear when people say I've inspired others in the game, especially young coaches like Enzo Maresca, Mikel Arteta, and Vincent Kompany. I'm honored to think that my approach and ideas can have a positive impact on the future of football. I think the most important thing I've tried to pass on to them is my belief in a possession-based game, with constant movement and creativity on the ball. Of course, each manager has their own style and philosophy, but I think the key is to always be authentic to oneself and stay true to your principles.
Well, Pep, that leads me on to my next question. Are there any tactics we haven't seen from you yet? Of course, we've seen inverted fullbacks. We've then seen an inverted centre-back. Are there any tactics you've been hiding from us and that you might secretly implement into the game without us knowing or in the future?
Well, you never know what tricks I have up my sleeve. I'm always experimenting and trying new tactics to keep our opponents on their toes. That's part of the fun of coaching, trying to stay one step ahead of the game. I can't give away all my secrets, but I will say I have been working on some interesting new ideas that I think could have an impact on the way the game is played. But in the end, it's all about the players and how they execute the tactics on the pitch. They're the ones who make the difference.
It's inspiring to talk to someone with such tactical prowess like yourself. Can you tell me anything about the future of football? I know a lot of football is based on history of the game. Can you tell me anything about the future based on your learnings from the current state of football and the past of football?
It's impossible to know exactly what the future holds for football, but if we look at the current state of the game, we can see some clear trends. The game is becoming faster, more intense, and more tactical. With the advance of technology and data analysis, teams have access to more information than ever before, which has enabled them to create more sophisticated tactics and training programs. I think we will see an increasing emphasis on fitness, physicality, and athleticism in top-level football.
I mean, that's exactly what today's video is based on, Pep. So thank you so much for filling me in. It's been an honour to speak to you. And yeah, if you've got anything to say to the people out there, let them know.
It has been a pleasure speaking with you, my friend. To the people out there, keep supporting football and enjoy the beautiful game. Football is all about passion, skill, and teamwork, and it's what brings us together.
Thank you so much, Pep. See you later.
Goodbye, Jack. Take care.
And that was Pep Guardiola. Is that not just absolutely mind-blowing. In 2050, Pep Guardiola is still going to be managing from his armchair in a retirement home because everything will be downloaded onto a database and his tactics and new tactics will be built from AI. That alone tells me that. I just straight away, the video's done. Over. No, that is that not mind-blowing to you? The fact that he gave answers, it wasn't just generic AI answers. I know some of them were, the game's just going to advance in fitness, the game's getting more intense. I get that, but everyone's going to say that because they can't predict the future. But the in-depth analysis and variety to his answers, I found that so impressive. I guess we have to move on to Jurgen. Let's get Jurgen on the bella. Jurgen, it is Jack. Just giving you a call. I'm just filming a video today about the future of football and I'd love if you could get involved.
That sounds great, Jack. What do you need me to do?
How are you at the moment? How's your inverted commas retirement going on?
It's going well, thanks. I am enjoying the break, but I am starting to feel itchy feet and wondering what is on the horizon. I am still a young man, just...
yeah, I mean, you are a young man. You look brilliant, Jurgen. Let me know, is there any inkling of a return in the next 5 years, or are you just going to play it by ear?
At the moment, I will just see what comes up. I don't think I will be coaching in the Premier League sometime. If the right opportunity came along, then maybe. But I think right now I just want a break for a few years. See.
I mean, a lot of people have been asking, would you manage at international level? Do you think the Germany job or even the England job would ever cross your mind?
I don't think I would go back to work under a board or a federation. It would need to be a similar situation that I was in at Liverpool, working with players with a great relationship and a supportive board that allows you to build a team in the way you want to. That is very rare. International management is very limited. You only get a few games a year, so it's not something I am very interested in right now.
Yeah, and it makes total sense. You're a big man manager. I mean, you see what you did at Liverpool for players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, such a young player, like such success at such a young age, and I think a lot of that is down to you.
Trent is a special player. I'm very happy that he has been with Liverpool his whole life. He has been developing well, and I hope he will be with us for many more years. It's great that we have a number of great young English players. And I think the other players look to people like Trent and the others as strong young leaders for the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on, Jurgen, what can you tell me about the tactics you employed at Liverpool and where did that come from?
It was about creating a connection between the players so they can all understand each other, be on the same wavelength. You try to create a family. A number of my players stayed at the same hotel and it felt like a football family. The older players looked out for the younger players. When you get all the players on the same page, then tactics become easier. You know the players have all got your back and the system they play is effective.
And I think you absolutely did that at Liverpool. Some of the most exciting football we've seen in the Premier League and Europe in the last 20 years, certainly. Jurgen, I don't want to take too much of your time up. Can you tell me anything you think the future might hold for football?
I think there will be even more investment in technology and tools for the coaches, players to prepare for games. Training and preparation will become more and more important. I am a firm believer in the team. With more players who are fit, mentally sharp, tactically prepared, will have a better chance of winning. I think we have seen this already. Man City and Liverpool are good examples.
Yeah, Man City and Liverpool are prime examples of what teams will look like in the future of football, and I think that's all down to you and Pep Guardiola. So it's been a pleasure talking to you today, and I hope you have a great day, mate. Enjoy retirement.
You too. Thanks for having me. Good luck with the video.
Peace.
Peace and love.
That was Jurgen Klopp, people. I don't know what to say. Like, is that not just mental? The depth of their answers. Just incredible. I have just interviewed two of the greatest managers in football in modern times, and they've just given me such a good in-depth analysis of what the future of the game holds. And it's all down to them two, because they are the innovators of the modern game. Who else can we find, I wonder? There must be someone else. I've had a look. I can't seem to find anyone more than like Elon Musk and Nicki Minaj. But you can see here, Lamine Yamal. Let's give Lamine a call and see how he's doing. Hi Lamine, how you doing?
I'm fine, I guess. His answer was less than enthusiastic. Lamine leaned back in his chair. his body language visibly expressing his disappointment about the tutoring session.
Oh, Lamine, do you refer to yourself in third person?
Lamin's eyes flicked up from the book again. He tilted his head sideways, his look giving away that he was confused by your question. No? Of course not. Why would you ask me that?
Sorry, Lamine. It sounds like I've caught you in the middle of studying. I'll leave you to it, mate.
Hold on a minute. Lamin sat up in his chair, not wanting to be alone again. Hey, he said, and patted the chair beside him. Sit here. No, we haven't finished yet.
Mate, I've got no time to study. I'm making a video at the moment. I thought you might wanted to get involved, but if you're studying, I'm gonna leave you to it, man.
Lamin's eyes immediately lit up with excitement, and he slammed his math book shut. Forget the studying. I'd much rather be at one of your videos.
Well, Lamine, I'm impressed with your English. I can't lie.
Lamin beamed at the compliment, his pride evident on his face. Of course, I can speak English, he said confidently. I mean, I should. I am half Spanish after all.
Yeah, I don't know what being half Spanish has to do with being able to speak English. But, Lamine, it feels like you're really busy. You got a lot going on in your life. Good luck with Barca. Great result on the weekend.
Lamin's smile widened, and he was nearly bouncing in his chair now. Oh, you think I'm busy? Haha, of course.
Oh, it got a bit weird there. Okay, clearly some of the AI isn't quite at the level as what we've just seen, but funny nonetheless. And does it not just show the capabilities of AI? We're 4 years into just AI in general. Literally 4 years. I mean, to the extent we know it today. By 2050, it's gonna be just ingrained in our life. And I think today I have proven that, yes, I think AI is going to be completely involved in football by 2050. Imagine AI as the glove and someone putting their hand into that to use those tactics. Yeah, I guess we can never predict the future, but I think this video has made it clear that AI is here to stay. It's fucking very scary, if you ask me. I was very close to Lamine making me sit down and study with him, or Jurgen taking me to his daughter's football practice whilst he's in the Bahamas. Kinda mental, if you ask me. If you want me to look into this a bit more, let me know in the comments. This was actually hilarious to make, and trying to get innovative with these ideas at the moment. Trying to bring you weekly long-form videos on the channel. If not 2, we'll try and get those predictions back in after this video. But I hope you've enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in a bit.